In a previous video, I showed you how to create our scalable terrain model from our mesh. This is now created from bare ground. So we have contours representing the bare earth, so we stripped out the trees and the buildings automatically using our ground extraction tool. Now I'm going to show you how we can better define this with break lines around areas like curbs and ditches where it may have chopped it out thinking that it's just a raised surface. As we zoom in here, I notice that we do have a curb line here. I can see it almost looks like it's following it, but I would like to look at this in more detail. So I can go to my scalable terrain model and turn on my triangles. As I do this, I notice that there's some parts of the curb here that are cut out. Now I can take my reality mesh and turn off the display of it, and right away there we see that that curb is not shown at all. So what I'd like to do is come back and draw in that curb line. Now the simplest way to do it is just draw directly on top of the mesh. I set my level so that I could draw my line work. I'm going to pick my place smart line, and I can come across here, and I'm going to snap to the bottom of this curb line all the way across. Now you're going to want to make sure that your crosshairs show the yellow X. That means that it's actually snapping to the feature that I'm on. Otherwise, you might be floating in space behind it. I'm going to come along here and I'll just do a short segment. I'll do that part, and now I'm going to draw the top of it. I come across here as well to draw the top of the curb. I can pan quickly using my wheel, draw the top of curb here, and I'm going to end it over here where I ended my other one. Reset, and once again I can come in here. I'm going to want to spin this to look at it from this way, and I can draw my top of curb over this way. I'll pick this part of the mesh here. Just like a surveyor would walk down the street, I can pan, go to my next area, come across, and keep snapping my line to the top of curb. And I can finish that line. Now I notice part of my mesh is coming through here. So I'm going to turn off my scalable terrain mesh. And now I can better see my ground here. Once again, with my place line tool, I can come along the bottom of this curb line and draw my curb. Easily pan using my mouse wheel. I see that I'm snapping to the bottom of that curb area. And I'm going to end that up here as well. So if we come along, I now drew 4 lines rather quickly. We're able to see them. They are in 3D. So now if I go back to my scalable terrain model, I want to hit the modify button. When I choose modify here, this pops up and lets me know that it's been updated. And I can quickly say add break lines. So when I pull in here, I'm going to go by a DGN level. We see that I have break lines as one of the levels that I'm using. I'm going to say select. And now that's been added. Now we do see that it says dirty. That means that it's out of date. There's been additional information that we need to update. We can quickly regenerate that using this hammer icon. And we generate it. You may have noticed some contours adjusted there. I'll turn off my reality mesh and turn on my scalable terrain model. We will see that now it has defined this curve for us. We have it shown on both sides in 3D for us. So we could do that for our remaining curbs so that we can have them better defined in our surface. That concludes how to add break lines manually and quickly. Thank you.